I'm Lynn Metler, Go-To Travel Gal. Thanks so much for joining us for this free webinar today. In case you haven't noticed, I am super excited about this offer from Southwest. So I wanted to make sure that everyone knows about it, that they fully understand it, and you have a good idea if it's right for you, because it does end February 11th. So this is just hands down the best deal I have ever seen them offer to earn the Southwest Companion Pass to date. And I've been doing this since 2015, and I've already felt like that the Southwest Companion Pass is really the easiest thing you can do to travel free a lot and quickly, and they've made it even easier now. So just quickly, what we're going to go over today is we're going to talk about first what the Southwest Companion Pass is and the typical route to earning a Southwest Companion Pass. Then we'll talk about Southwest's offer right now and how it's a little bit different, and we'll go through all the details of that offer. We'll talk about who is eligible and who isn't eligible for this offer. And then we'll go through your different options of the Southwest credit cards that you can apply for to take advantage of this offer. We'll talk about some creative ways you can take advantage of this, and then we'll head into the live Q&A portion. So let me just get my presentation back up. All right. So first off, let's talk about what is the Southwest Companion Pass. So I love this picture of my family because this was our very first trip using the Southwest Companion Pass and flying free ever. And of course, it was on Southwest. So we were in San Diego there at the Hotel Del Coronado, and it's just incredibly amazing if you haven't flown free yet, but to realize that, oh my gosh, all four of us didn't pay anything hardly to go on this trip to San Diego. So just quickly, I will tell you a little bit about my background, my story. So I came into this in 2015. I was a longtime couponer, and my family rarely, we just traveled maybe once or twice a year by car, and every couple of years, maybe my husband and I would try to take a getaway, just the two of us. So we didn't travel very much. We are both entrepreneurs, so we didn't really have a big budget for travel. So we just tried to do what we could on the cheap. But we both love to travel. So anyway, I came across this whole miles and points that you can apply for credit cards, and there's other ways you can earn miles and points besides flying. I had no idea. And I thought, this sounds a lot like couponing to me. Basically, you're collecting something. Instead of coupons, you're collecting miles and points, and then you're redeeming them during sales when the price is the lowest, which is what you do when you're couponing. You're trying to collect coupons and then buy your product when it's on sale at its lowest price to get the best deal. So with Southwest, we're trying to purchase our flights when they have sales and the points and the cash price is at its lowest, and use the points that we've collected to redeem for free flights. So I thought, oh my gosh, instead of collecting 20 boxes of toothpaste or cereal, I could be flying my whole family somewhere for free. So I thought that was a much better way to use my time, and a much bigger benefit for my, spent of time on this. So anyway, the Southwest Companion Pass, we are now on our fourth one, and we use it to fly. My family has now been all over the country in the Caribbean on Southwest. Thanks to this, we fly almost exclusively free using Southwest. Occasionally we've been to Europe and done some other things on other airlines as well, but within the US, we almost always fly Southwest because it's the simplest. And at Go-To Travel Gal, I am all about helping people find the simplest ways to reduce or eliminate the cost of travel, because I love travel so much, and it has brought so much joy to my family just to be able to see our beautiful country and experience other cultures and meet other people. And I just think everyone, if it's at all possible, needs to do this too. And if there's a way that you can make it affordable for your loved ones, for your friends, for your family, then everyone needs to know how to do this. But miles and points can get very complicated very fast. And I found that when I first delved into this hobby, there's so much information out there. And you can, there's all the different airlines and the partner airlines and transferring miles and points and the credit cards. So I really tried to make things simple. I try to give you simple processes that you can use if you want to employ miles and points to travel free and to travel not just for yourself, but to bring other people with you. So the Southwest Companion Pass is the simplest way to do that. You earn it once, and then you have a way to bring you and someone else free for the life of this pass. So the Companion Pass essentially lets you bring one person with you to fly free throughout the life of the pass. Other airlines have Companion Passes, but they are a one-time use, and they're usually a perk of signing up for their branded credit card. So you can only bring someone with you on one flight, one time, and that's it. That is not the deal with the Southwest Companion Pass, and a lot of people misunderstand that. This is good for the entire time you hold the pass, so you can take as many flights as you want. You do have to pay security fees. That is not free. There's no getting around that. In the US, that's $5.60 per way. And if you're flying internationally, that's going to be more when you're flying back into the country. So when we flew to Grand Cayman, for example, it was about $70, $80 per person to fly back into the country. And again, you have to pay that. There's no getting around that. When you hold a companion pass, you can have up to 4 different companions each year. So when you first get it, you pick who your companion's going to be, and then you can change that companion up to 3 times every year. The trick is that you can't book a flight with a new companion until you've finished all flights with your current companion. But the way that we get around that, if we need to change companions, is we just go ahead and book our flights for the rest of us. And then we add the new companion to that flight once we're done with our flights with the current companion. So I hope that's not too confusing. But when you're booking with your companion, you go ahead and you pay for your flight with points or cash, and then you add your companion to that ticket. And you can add your companion at any point. It doesn't have to be right when you buy the ticket. It can be 2 or 3 months down the road. The only problem would be is if the flight was sold out, maybe there's not room for your companion. But honestly, I just booked one a few weeks ago. I forgot to add the companion to the ticket till right before, and it said the flight was sold out, and I still added them, and it was no problem. I've never not been able to add a companion to a ticket, but that's possible that you could have an issue. And the companion, they get their own confirmation number, so they will check in separately, and they get their own boarding order as well on Southwest. They don't board with you. They get their own boarding order based on when they check in. All right, so typically to earn a Southwest Companion Pass, and that's me at Universal at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, holding my companion pass because I love Harry Potter. But you have to earn 110,000 qualifying Southwest points, or you can fly 100 one-way flights. As much as we travel, I am never going to fly 100 one-way flights on Southwest in a year. Some business travelers might, but so generally I show people how to earn the points. And there's different ways that you can do that. We'll talk about that next. But the pass, the traditional pass, is good from the time you earn it until the end of the following year. So if I earn it right now, it's going to be good through the end of 2020 if you earn it the traditional way. So it can be good for up to 2 years if you earn it early in the year. So that's why we always recommend try to get it early so that you can use that pass for as long as possible. The easiest way to get it the traditional way is to sign up for one personal Southwest credit card and one business Southwest credit card. The personal ones are generally between 40,000 to 50,000 bonus points when you sign up. That's not the case right now. And the business card has been at 60,000 point bonus for like the last 2 years. So I don't see that changing anytime soon. But you can see if you sign up for 2 cards, you're right there. If one was 50, one was 60, you'd have 110,000 points. Done, check, you have your companion pass, start flying someone free with you. Some people can apply for the business card, though I'm not going to get into that in detail, but generally, If you have any kind of side income at all, you can be approved for the business card, even if you're operating as a sole proprietor under your own social security number. So that could even be like selling stuff on Etsy or selling stuff on eBay or walking dogs on the side, whatever. But you can also just go for one card, a personal card, and then you can earn points through like Rapid Rewards shopping, which lets you earn Southwest points when you start your online shopping at their portal. You can book hotels through their website, book car rentals through their website. And my online course, which I offer, shows you how to earn the pass the traditional way, and it gives you lots of different checklists and different paths you can take, shows you how other people have done it, and it really walks you through like how to add your companion to a ticket and all that. So just a note, that course is on sale just through January. I'm trying to encourage people to get it early for $35. It's normally $75 if you want to take advantage. So let's talk about the current awesome deal, the one we are all so excited about. We've never seen them offer anything as good as this before. So what they're saying is that you can earn a companion pass that's good through the end of this year. So normally, if you earned your 110,000 points, it'd be good through the end of next year. This one is going to be good through the end of 2019. So December 31st, 2019, you'd have a companion pass. So to get it, you need to apply for any of Southwest's personal cards, and they have 3, and we'll walk through each one in a minute. You need to spend $4,000 within the first 3 months, and then you will have your companion pass, and you will have 30,000 points as well that you can use to book free flights. And basically, those are worth double because you're going to be able to bring someone free with you on all of your flights. So for every flight you book in points, you bring someone with you. And we can stretch 30,000 points pretty far if you buy during sales. If you fly during Tuesday, Wednesdays, it's usually cheaper. If you can fly during off times and pick destinations that are cheaper to get to from wherever your home base is or another nearby large airport. You know, we usually try to spend no more than 7,500 to 10,000 points per person on a trip if we can. So that, 30,000 points, I could bring all 4 of my family members. We'd pay for 3 of us in points, and then we'd use the companion pass for the 4th. So that could get a family of 4 to one destination. So a few more details here. In the fine print, it says it can take up to 8 weeks for your points to credit to your account after you meet the minimum spend, and for your companion pass to post to your account. Now, typically when you apply for a Southwest card, your points, your bonus points, are applied to your account after the close date of the period where you met the minimum spend. So let's say the close date for my card is February 15th, and I finished my minimum spend on February 13th. Usually my points will credit a few days after February 15th. That's how it typically works. So this is a brand new offer. We've never seen this before. It could work differently. I doubt that it will, but just be aware it could take that long. So you would not be able to add a companion to your ticket until you've been notified that you got the pass. And you can see that by going to southwest.com, logging in and clicking on My Account, and it will show you if you've reached companion pass status or not. You don't need to have that physical card, companion pass card in hand in order to add someone to your ticket. Now, one thing I want to point out that I think a lot of people are missing about this offer, because I've seen articles criticizing it, saying, oh, it'd be better to earn the traditional pass that's good to the end of next year than to take advantage of this offer. Okay, here's what it says in the fine print. If you earn the full 110,000 qualifying points by year's end of 2019, they'll upgrade your pass that you got with this offer and make it good through the end of next year. So you can still take advantage of this offer and get a traditional pass that's good through the end of next year. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that, because this is such an easy way to get rolling. Your 30,000 points that you earn here will qualify for the 110,000 points you need to earn the pass. And again, you could apply for the business card if you're eligible. That would be another 60,000 points. You'd be at 90,000 plus. as you can see, you're almost there. And my course, or even just check out my blog, will show you lots of different ways you can make up like 10, 20, 30, 40,000 points within a couple months through some very inexpensive, easy things you can do. All right, so let's talk about the different card options. So again, to take advantage of this offer, you can apply for any of Southwest's personal credit cards, and they have 3. So the first one is their newest card, which is called Priority. Priority is my favorite if you fly Southwest frequently. So if you think you're going to take more than, say, 2 trips on Southwest through the end of the year, I think you should consider this one because it has so many great benefits that it does have a $149 annual fee, but you'll see that you get that back in the benefits. So it comes with for example, a $75 travel credit each year you hold the card. Now, you can't use those to pay for the security fees, the $5.60. Can't pay for that, but you can use your $75 to pay to book flights or to pay for early bird. And early bird is basically is a way you can pay to check in before everybody else. And that gives you an earlier boarding order. And because Southwest is open seating, you pick your seat when you get on the plane. The earlier you board, the better selection of seats you will have. So early bird now costs between $15 and $25 per way. So that gets you a couple. Our strategy in our house is to usually have my husband get early bird. And because he's tall and he needs to make sure he has a seat where he can stretch his legs out. So he usually gets the first seat, and then the middle seat, nobody ever wants to sit in that's always the last one to fill up. So my oldest son's able to sit with him, and then I go next, and usually then my other son sits with me. We've never had any trouble having one parent and one son or kid sit together, even when I forgot to check in till the last second and we were in the last boarding group. So anyway, that's a side note. So you also get 4 upgraded boarding positions. So that means they will put you in the first group that's boarding 4 times every year. And so again, that would give you the earliest seat selection, which I would love to have that. That's super. It gives you 20% back on in-flight purchases, which is not a big deal because the Wi-Fi and even their alcoholic drinks are not very expensive on Southwest. So that's be a couple dollars. If you're interested in earning elite status with Southwest, you get some points that qualify toward that. And then all of their cards let you earn 2 points per dollar on Southwest purchases. So if you booked flights, it would be smart maybe to purchase them with this card. You'd earn double points. And then with some of their partner hotels and car rental companies too. And then you get a point per dollar on everything else. So if you were looking to continue to earn up to 110,000 points this year, continuing to use your credit card on everyday expenses, in part would be a good idea to help make up some of those points. So I sure as heck couldn't spend $110,000 in a year on a card on everyday expenses, but you can put whatever is possible on there, and you might as well earn companion pass qualifying points using your card. And that card has no foreign transaction fees as well, so you can use it overseas for no additional cost. Okay, the next one down is Premier, and it has a $99 annual fee. The main difference, it really doesn't have any perks with it, except that it also has no foreign transaction fees, and you get 6,000 points every year that you hold the card. And I forgot to mention that on Priority. You get 7,500 points every year that you hold the card on Priority. And these anniversary points, that's what we call them, do qualify for the companion pass. So you wouldn't get any till next year, but if you were trying to earn a companion pass again next year, they would qualify. And if you hold any of Southwest cards, your Southwest points never expire. If you don't hold a card with Southwest, then they expire in 24 months if you don't have any activity in that account. Okay, and the last one, and this would be a good option if you want to, keep in mind, there is a cost here in getting this companion pass, and it's the cost of the annual fee. But when you keep in mind that the average cost of a round trip flight in the US is about $350, you'll see even with the $149 annual fee, if you took one flight, you're still saving $200 right there. So, and then as many flights on top of that as you can save, as you can take, you'll be saving. But if you don't want to, and that annual fee comes, it's charged to your first statement on your card. So you will need to pay that the first statement. So if you want to just really minimize what you're spending out of pocket, this would be a good option because it's only $69. You only get 3,000 anniversary points, and it does charge foreign transaction fees. This one does. So you would not want to use this overseas. And one other note on the cards, these cards do have high interest rate. So these are not cards that you want to carry a balance on. So be sure you're only putting everyday expenses on here that you have money in the bank to pay. And I recommend paying it down every couple days just so you don't get yourself in trouble. At a minimum, you need to pay it off before the close date so you're not charged interest. Because if you start getting charged interest, then all this is just no longer a good deal. And I forgot to say earlier that on the right-hand side of your screen, there's an option to submit a question. I turned off the live chat in this so that I can better keep track of questions. So if you have a question as we're going along, or you want to wait till I'm finished to see if I answer it, go ahead and submit it, and I will answer those questions at the end as part of the live Q&A. It will come to my email, and then I'll be able to go through and answer everybody's questions. So if you do decide to take advantage of this offer, and there's still more to talk about, but I just wanted to show you real quick, there's an option to apply for it through my website, and that allows me to earn a referral fee if you apply through me, which I super appreciate because it really helps me and it supports the blog. It enables me to spend more time on the blog to keep more of my income coming this direction, so that I can continue to host these free things, webinars, and post to the blog and give you guys all this free info. So you get the very same deal if you go through me. And many of my readers have told me that it's been a very simple, application process. They've gotten approved, no problem. Not guarantee you that you can get approved, but it should be simple to do. And you just go to the travel credit cards link, which you see right there. And then from there, you can click on airline cards is the quickest way, and it takes you to creditcards.com. So you're in the right place if that's where you end up. And if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see all 3 of the Southwest personal cards, and you just click that blue Apply Now button, and you can see the offer is right there, the 30,000 points, and you'll see when you click through that it gives you more details about you earn the companion pass as well. So super appreciate it. You never have to use that link, but I really appreciate it if you decide to. So let's talk about, sorry, my text is messed up there, but who is eligible for this offer, because not everyone's eligible. So you are eligible if you do not currently hold a Southwest personal card. We'll talk more about that in a sec. And if you have not earned a bonus on any Southwest personal card in the last 24 months. Also, you would be eligible if you are not over what we call 524. That's sort of a miles and points jargon, but what that means is Chase will not approve you for any of their cards if you have opened 5 or more cards in the last 24 months. So even if some of those cards are closed now, they're still counting that you opened them to start with. So if you've opened more than 5 cards in the last 24 months, they're not going to approve you. You're going to want to wait till you get past that point where you have fewer than 5. And you can check that. I'd recommend getting a copy of your credit report is to see if you are over 524. And you can there's a free one you can get if you go to travelgal.com/creditsesame, SESAME. And that's a good way to track and see where you are. So if you do currently have a Southwest personal card, but it's been more than 24 months since you got the bonus, you can just close that card. And I'd recommend going ahead and doing that right away if you're interested in this offer. And then reapply close to February 11th. Sometimes they take these offers down early, so I always recommend applying by the day before. So I'd say apply, February 9th, February 10th, just to give a little space between when you close the card and then when you open a new one. And you can take your pick of any new one that you want. You don't have to reapply for the same card. But so that works if you haven't earned the bonus. If you have earned a bonus on any of the personal cards in the last 24 months, you're not going to be eligible for this one. But a workaround could be to have like a friend or a spouse or a loved one apply for this instead. So instead of you applying and bringing them as the companion, see if they'll apply and bring you as their companion. And then when you're past that 24-month mark of when you last earned a personal card offer, then you'd be eligible again to start earning points toward the companion pass by applying for a new personal card. Or you can just opt to go the traditional route. So maybe you're going to be past the 24-month point in July, and you want to try to go ahead and get your 110,000 points and earn a traditional pass through the end of next year as well. And keep in mind those 110,000 points, you have to earn those in 1 calendar year. So they would have to be earned between January 1st and December 31st. Otherwise, the clock starts all over again on January 1st. And I see so many people make that mistake. So just make sure you know if you want to earn your 110,000 this year or if you want to wait and start next year. So a creative way that you can take advantage of this, which would be so cool, would be to earn 2 Southwest Companion Passes. So maybe a husband and wife or 2 friends or siblings want to, maybe one of you already has a companion pass, the traditional way, and maybe the other of you wants to go ahead and earn it this way, or maybe you both go for this, this offer. That would allow you, it would allow parents to bring 2 kids with them free. What value that would be. Or maybe you want to bring travel with your parents, bring them with you for free. Or maybe you want to take a couple's vacation and bring another couple along with you. There's so many creative ways that you could take advantage of this if you could earn 2 passes. So it's just such a simple way to earn it right now. I think this would be a great time to earn 2. And I know families that do this, but it can be a little trickier if you're trying to each of you earn 110,000 points and apply for cards every 2 years. There are a few downsides to this that I want to make sure you fully understand before you take advantage. So one is, again, to just remember, you can only get a Southwest personal card bonus once every 24 months. So this is going to count for that. So you're not going to be eligible again to apply for a Southwest personal card and get a bonus until 2 years from when you earn the bonus on this one. But I think the solution to that is to go ahead and try to earn your full companion pass by the end of the year, get all your 110,000 qualifying points in, and then you'd have a pass good through 2020. And then you wouldn't need to apply for any more cards with Southwest again till early 2021. Because you'd have your companion pass through the end of 2020. So you could wait till you're at that 2-year point, let's say you earn your bonus points for this at March 1st. So you could wait till March 1st, 2021, reapply, earn your points, and then you'd have a pass good through 2022. So assuming the Southwest Companion Pass is still around by then, let's hope it is. And then the other alternative here is to rotate with your spouse. So, one of you holds the pass for 2 years and then the other one gets the pass for 2 years, and you take turns so that you don't need to apply for cards but once every 2 years. So a lot of people do it that way. Also remember, it does count as one of your 524 opened accounts. So if you're applying for other Chase cards, this is going to count for one of your 5 opened cards, right, in 24 months. So just be aware of that. I always recommend, if you're starting this miles and points hobby, that you get your Chase cards first, just because they are so restrictive on the number of cards you can open and their approval. So get those first, and then you can get some other cards slowly. Don't go overboard with this. I see a lot of people do that. You want to be strategic, do a little bit at a time. And again, companion pass, if you can get that, then you're good for traveling around the country for a while. But some other good Chase cards that I love are Chase Sapphire Preferred and Reserve, because both of those offer 50,000 bonus points, once you're approved and meet the minimum spend. And those points transfer right over to Southwest. So it's basically like earning free Southwest points. They don't qualify for the companion pass, but they can be used to book free flights. So so those are some other good ones that you may want to consider. And again, all the Southwest cards are Chase cards. So if you open a business card, that'll count for number 2. And again, just to see where you are with this 524, you can get your credit report if you want at gototravelgal.com/creditsesame. Okay, and then the last thing I want to talk about before I go to questions, so if you have any questions, now would be a good time to send them in, is meeting the minimum spend on this, because it does have a $4,000 minimum spend, which is more than we usually see. And I just want to give you some tips and strategies for doing that. So of course, you do not, again, want to put things on the card that you can't pay for just to meet the minimum spend. Don't do that. But think about, be creative. Think of all the different things that you have to pay as part of your everyday expenses. And is that something that you could put on the card and then pay right off rather than just paying it directly from your bank? You might as well, you're going to earn points on that too. So for, when you meet the minimum spend of $4,000, you're also going to have another 4,000 points on top of the 30,000 they're giving you. So think about, things like, I've heard people say, college tuition, sports fees for kids, medical expenses. You can typically go online and pay with a credit card. There are some things you can't pay with a credit card, and you can use a service called Plastic, Plastiq. And if you go to gototravelgal.com/plastic, that is a link that gives me some free fees for using the service. But basically what the service does is it allows you to pay for things you can't ordinarily pay for with a credit card, like rent, car insurance, health insurance, car payments. Those are, I know, 3 things that we have to pay directly for out of our bank. So it charges like a 2.5% fee of whatever you're paying. That's how they make their money. And you basically send them the money, and then they charge it to your credit card, and they send the check directly to whoever you are paying. So it allows you to bypass that. And I like to use that because it lets you meet that minimum spend a lot more quickly, and then you can go ahead and earn your companion pass and start using it. So, and it's for a very minimal fee, I think. So another thing I like to use for meeting minimum spend is, can you pay something for someone else and have them reimburse you, like particularly for your company? Can you charge a business expense to it and then file an expense report and be reimbursed? Or is there, again, something you can pay for a family member or friend and have them just pay you back? Those are some more creative ways to meet it. And there was even, I saw a post once about a guy who literally was like selling sewing machines on eBay, and I believe it was, and directly from Amazon. Like, he would have someone bid on it on eBay, and then he would just ship it to them from Amazon. He wasn't making any money on that, but he was allowing himself to meet a minimum spend basically through other people's money. So there's creative ways to do it without getting yourself in debt, or just in too much, or trying to do it in a hurry. All right, so let's head over to the live Q&A. So it looks like I have got a bunch. So, all right, I'm going to turn my camera back on. Let's see here. All right, so Dennis asks, how is this potentially huge number of companion pass holders going to affect our ability to book flights? We've had the pass for 3 or 4 years and use it frequently. I'm not sure that it is going to affect this. I think maybe it'd be a combination of people who might be flying anyway, who now can not have to pay for that companion. Maybe Southwest will be able to increase the number of flights, because when you apply for these credit cards, even if you applied for the card and you met the minimum spend and you close it, they're still making money on everything you charge to that card. Even if you pay it off immediately, there's always a credit card fee, whenever you use a card, even a debit card or whatever. So they're still making money. So this is beneficial to them. And the way I understand it is Southwest basically sells these miles and these benefits to Chase for them to promote the cards. So Southwest isn't losing anything on this. So if they needed to, it seems to me like they could increase flights. So that's my best guess on that. All right, so Tisha asks, if I have a flight for my husband I already booked, can I cancel mine once he earned his companion pass for me and rebook that way? So, okay, if you have a flight that you've already booked for the two of you, you may be able to call Southwest and ask them if they can just remove your part of the flight. I believe I've had them do that for me before. If you call Southwest, they're one of the many reasons I love them is their outstanding customer service. And they are usually willing to help you, especially if you are nice when you call and ask them. So that should work. If all else fails, you may have to cancel the whole ticket and rebook. And I would say if you know for sure you're going to do this, you might want to go ahead and do that, particularly if you can find a better deal, because you can always change your flight on Southwest. If you go on the home page and scroll down to the middle and you click on change or cancel, you just put in your confirmation number and your name, and click change, and it'll show you if there's a better deal right now or if it would cost more for you to change. But if it's a better deal, you might as well just go ahead and change it so that it's just him booked. And then you can add yourself later. But I don't know, a couple different options on that. Looks like some people are not getting audio, so I apologize about that. There will be a recording of this, which I will send out afterward that you can watch later. That should be not a problem. How do you switch companions, and can you switch back to your original companion? Asked Jim. So yes. So to switch companions, you actually have to call Southwest and tell them who you want to switch it to. It's a very simple process, and it usually takes effect within 30 minutes. And again, I just had to do that recently. I switched it from my husband to my son. I just called him, and actually within 5 minutes, it had been switched. And then I went online. It's very easy to add them. You just pull up your flight reservation, and there's a part that says add companion. You just click on that, and then it walks you through. You do have to pay their security fees. So you do that, and then you get their confirmation number. And yes, you can, he asked, can you switch it back to your original companion? Yes, you can. And again, you would just do that by calling Southwest and having them switch it back. Okay, Cher asks, I'm canceling a personal Southwest card from 3 years ago today. How long should I wait to apply for the new card so I can get the promotion? So again, just give it some space. Don't wait past February 10th, but I get it, somewhere in there is when I would apply for it. If I get the Premier Southwest card, can the $75 credit be used for car rentals, hotels, etc. on the Southwest site? So no, it cannot be used for that. Only for booking flights. For early bird, you could use it like in-flight purchases as well. Can you get the traditional Southwest personal credit card offer through a friend referral? So if you refer friends, loved ones, to the Southwest card, you can earn 10,000 points per referral. But the referral offer is not always the same as the offer they're promoting. So I have looked, and the referral offer is not this offer right now. I believe it's just 40,000 points after meeting a $1,000 minimum spend. So they could take advantage of that, and you would earn 10,000 points if they did. And you can just Google Chase Refer a Friend, and that will pull up the link that you can use to find your specific referral link for any of your Chase cards. She also asked, when do I think the next Southwest promotion will be? And I have no idea. They have really mixed things up here lately because they added the priority card, which at the end of last year, so that was very different than anything they've normally offered, and this has been very different. So I don't know. Usually they give a month or so between offers. However, there was just, I think, like a week between, if not even that much between the last couple offers. So not sure on that one. I wish I could read their minds, but I can't. What is the URL for? Okay, so Joseph had basically asking, how does he get to this offer? And again, if you will go to if you go to gototravelgal.com and click on the travel credit cards link in the main menu, and then you can click on airline. It comes up in the drop-down box. And from there, you will see a variety of airline credit cards. And if you scroll down, you'll see all of the Southwest offers or personal cards, and all of them have this offer. So that's sort of an easy way to get right to it. So travel credit cards link at gototravelgal.com, and then just click on airline, and then you'll just scroll down till you see the card that you're interested in. All right, Bobby asks, if my husband is the added user on my Southwest card, can he still apply for one and add me on his card? So if you have an authorized user on your card, I believe that is considered as them having that card. So I think I would take him off, and then I would have him apply and see if he's able to get the offer. And any time as well, if you're declined for any of these offers, you should call the Chase consideration line, and you can find that on my blog. And you should find out why you were declined. And sometimes it's things like they don't want to extend more credit to you. And if that's the case, you can ask them to maybe reduce credit on another Chase card and extend more on this one. Or you may have the option, say, well, let me just close. If I close that one, then can I open this one? So sometimes calling that reconsideration line, they'll be a little bit more lenient. You can talk through some different scenarios. So if he were to be removed as your authorized user, and then he applied and was declined, I would call them and see if there's some way that you can work that out. All right. Let's see. Joseph asked, can we upgrade our personal card to priority and qualify for this offer? So no, you would not be able to do that. You need to freshly apply for one of the personal cards. John asks, let's see, can you use plastic to pay your mortgage and help meet the $4,000 minimum spend? Thank you for asking that question, because I forgot to mention that with plastic, you cannot pay a mortgage using a Visa or an American Express card. They will not allow it. So that is the one expense you cannot pay through plastic. You can pay rent, you can pay health insurance, you can pay car payments, but you just can't pay the mortgage, unfortunately. That would be really helpful. You used to be able to do that, and I was able to take advantage of that for when I applied for my cards, but no longer. Okay, Mark asks, is the 50,000 point offer still available at the airport portal or on Southwest flights? So yes. There is a 50,000 point offer out there. I believe you have to spend $2,000 in 3 months, but you can only get it on a Southwest flight when you're logged into their Wi-Fi network. And there are some airports that have kiosks in the airports during business hours usually, where you can apply and get the 50,000 point offer there. And again, there's a post on my blog that lists, it's one of the more popular ones, so it probably will be under my popular posts on the left, that lists the different airports that currently have a kiosk. And I have verified that directly with Chase, so that is confirmed. Tool asks, is there any minimum time duration between canceling one card and applying for a new one? So typically I recommend you leave 30 days between canceling one and applying for a new one. But there's no hard and fast rule on that. Chase doesn't have a rule like you have to leave 30 days between. So in this case, I would just go ahead and cancel it as soon as you can. and then wait till right up, February 9th, February 10th before applying, just to give it as much space as possible. He also asks, can you apply for a business card repeatedly after 2 years? So yes, the same qualification applies there. There's only one business card. And so you can earn the bonus on the Southwest business card again after it's been 2 years or 24 months since you last earned that bonus. So you could apply the same plan there where you close it and then reopen it to earn that bonus if it's been 24 months. Okay, Bill asks, what are some low upfront costs businesses can use to help qualify for a Southwest business card? Oh, so basically, what kind of business activities could you engage in for a minimum cost that would qualify you? So again, any sort of consulting that you can do. Maybe you consult with someone on the side about your expertise regarding whatever you do for a living, or I mean, there's all kinds of things you could, personal hobbies that you can consult on. Again, like dog walking, babysitting, selling things on eBay. Shoot, you could sell a couple things on eBay or Amazon, and just have a plan in place for if they decline you, and they decline a lot of people on the business card first go round. They declined me, and I've had a corporation for more than 10 years, but all they really wanted to see was more paperwork. But just have a plan for if you need to call that reconsideration line to say, well, I'm starting up an Amazon business. I've sold a couple things, and I really would like to have a business card to keep my expenses separate from my personal expenses. And I often recommend as well applying for an employee identification number from the IRS, which is totally free. And that usually provides all the paperwork that Chase wants to see regarding a business. That's an easy thing you can do that makes you look more legitimate. Martha asks, can my husband apply for one card now, not use the points in his account, and then in October apply for the business card to have all the points post in December for a 2-year companion pass? So I think what she's asking is, if you don't use the points you earn, does that keep them from qualifying for this year's pass? So no, the year in which you earn the points is when they're going to count toward the 110,000 you need to earn the companion pass. So if he wants to earn a pass, say through 2021, then he would need to start accruing those 110,000 points at the beginning of next year. If he gets them this year, his pass will be good through the end of 2020. And another question that I get a lot is, can you use the 110,000 points you earn to book flights? Yes. You only need them to just qualify, and then you can instantly use them for whatever purpose you need. Just because you've spent them doesn't mean they no longer qualify. Just the fact that you earned them qualifies them for the companion pass. All right, let me see here. I got a few new ones. Okay, I'm traveling in August with my husband, and then in April, this August with my husband, and then next April with my husband and kids. Would the companion pass still work in April if I get it by February 11th of 19? So if you take advantage of this current offer, it's going to give you a companion pass good through the end of this year. So that pass would not work for your next year April trip. But if you keep earning up to 110,000 qualifying points, that would give you a pass through the end of next year, and that would cover your April trip. So I know that gets a little bit confusing, but the current offer is just for a pass good through the end of this year. Cher asks, is there a combination of cash and points option to pay for a Southwest flight? That's a good question. There is not. What you can do, and what we did early on, is buy points. That's not a great option because they're not as cheap as you could get them, say, it's better to earn points through the Rapid Rewards shopping portal. A lot of times you can earn, say, 1,000 points by getting a $12 subscription to the Wall Street Journal. And that's a better deal than buying 1,000 points, but you can do that. Like, let's say you're short 5,000 points to pay for a flight. You could just buy those and give yourself enough to, cover that flight. So we did that early on before we had a lot of points, just to get us rolling on our first couple of flights. All right, so a tool asks if I can repeat the trick about selling on Amazon. So I will try to put together an email with links to some of these articles that I've mentioned, but that one, essentially the guy was direct shipping from Amazon sewing machines. He picked something that was popular that a lot of people were buying. So he was selling them, I think, for the same price as they were on Amazon on eBay. So let's say someone paid the full price on eBay. He just went to Amazon, bought it, put in that person's name and address, and had it shipped directly to them. So that saved him the cost of shipping, and he didn't have to, get the item and box it up and send it, whatever. He just directly sent it to them, and he used the credit card to buy the item on Amazon, but he was getting paid back for it on eBay. So I'll try to find that article and send it over because I thought it was pretty clever. Very creative. All right. So let's see. Al asks, you said the companion pass does not require you to name a single person for the whole year. So I can bring a spouse on one trip, a friend on another, a sibling on a third, all in the same year. Yes. So you can switch it up to 4 times. So you're going to, when you get your pass, you're going to initially pick one person, but then you can change it from that point forward. Again, the trick is you can't book a flight with, like, let's say I picked my husband for my initial companion, but my son and I were going to take a trip together in April. Well, if my husband and I were traveling in February, I would not be able to switch it to my son until after that February trip was complete. So what I might do is go ahead and book my flight in April. Let's say I book it now. And then after my trip is finished with my husband in February, I'll call Southwest, switch the companion to my son, and then I will add my son to the ticket as soon as I do that. Hopefully that makes sense. And you can do that you can pick your companion and then change them 3 more times every year. All right. Cher asks, how soon do I expect the next Southwest promotion when this one ends? Which again, I'm not sure about that. Unfortunately, I don't have any insider tips on that one. Let me make sure everything is working. Okay. Scott asked, do you need to have your Rapid Rewards number or account somehow directly associated with your business card or personal card as you make payments? So yes, when you open up a business or a personal card with Southwest, you will put in your Rapid Rewards number. It has to be your number, and the bonus points you earn and any points you earn through spending on that card will go to your Rapid Rewards account. And you need to collect, if you take advantage of this offer, you will then get the companion pass. If you're going for the 110,000 points, they will all be earned under your name and you will be the holder of the companion pass. So you can't put your wife's Rapid Rewards number on your business card because you want her to earn the points. That doesn't work. You can transfer points between people, but that costs. I don't recommend doing that. Another trick is you can just pay for everyone's flight out of your account. That's what I do most of the time. I have most of the points. I book all of our family's tickets with my points, and then I hold the companion pass. So I add usually my husband as my companion. Let's see. I currently have the Premier and Plus Chase cards, both over 2 years old. Can I cancel those and then reapply for those cards, or apply for the Priority and Business cards? So Chase or Southwest only lets you hold one personal Southwest card now. So if you cancel Premier and Plus, you're only going to be able to apply for one new personal card. So take your pick, though, Priority, Premier, or Plus. And you can, of course, also apply for a business card. You can hold one personal card with Southwest and one business card with Southwest. All right. Dennis asks, can I apply for the business card through your site? Yes, absolutely. The only difference, again, you would start at the travel credit cards link on the main menu. And then instead of on the drop down that comes up, instead of clicking airline, there's a business option. So you can click on the business drop down, and that'll take you over to creditcards.com again and just scroll until you see the Southwest business card. And I just checked that one earlier because someone asked me that question. And I know it was just a couple down when you scrolled on creditcards.com. So thank you for asking that. Again, I super appreciate it if you decide to apply through my link. Let's see, just a couple more. Crystal asks, on 5/24, should we not have more than 5 credit cards? Or did you say we should not open more than 5 credit cards within 24 months? So good question. So you can have more than 5 credit cards. You just don't want to have opened more than 5 or more within the last 24 months. So if you have some that are older than that, those aren't going to be a problem for you. Or again, you know, as time goes on, older ones that you have aren't going to count against you anymore. So it's just not opening 5 credit cards within 24 months. And again, that's only for Chase cards. They're the only ones that are going to deny you for that reason. All right, looks like I just have one more. So, oh, 2 more. Jan asks, as far as booking a companion pass ticket, is that limited to want to get away faring? I'm assuming you can't book business select fares and then add a companion pass traveler. Right, that's correct. So you're not going to be able to get a business class fare by adding your companion. They're going to have a want to get away fare. Correct. And Scott asked, how do you add your rapid rewards number after receiving the credit cards if you did not enter it when applying for the cards? I can't imagine that it doesn't require you to enter one when you apply. If it doesn't, then I would call Chase. And when you get your cards, you'll also get online access. So I always hate to have to call anyone and wait online forever or on hold. But so I always prefer to send them an online message because usually they get back to you within, I don't know, a couple hours at most. So you could also send them a message and ask that they add your rapid rewards number. That should be no big deal at all. You just need to reach out to them to take care of that. All right, let me see if I have any more. All right, one more from Tara. If I currently have a Southwest personal credit card, rather than closing and reapplying, can I call Southwest to get the bonus offer on my current card if it's been more than 24 months? So no, they're not going to extend that to you if you already have a card, because it specifically says in the fine print, you're not eligible for this offer if you currently hold a personal Southwest card. So you will have to close it and then reopen a personal card in order to take advantage of this offer. But it sounds like it has been more than 24 months since you last got a bonus. So you should be good if you close that and reapply for the personal card. All right, so I think I'm going to call it done with that. As always, if you think of something that we didn't answer here, we didn't cover, you can email me or you can find me on Facebook. I'm always happy to answer your questions. And so please do let me know if anything comes up. I hope you guys get to take advantage of this offer. If you're not eligible for it, just hang tight, see if anyone else might be interested, or just go the traditional route. Again, don't forget my Southwest Companion Pass course is available just through January 31st, which is Thursday, I think, for $35, which is $40 off. If you want all the details on how to get the traditional pass and how, you know, a walkthrough and videos of how to add your companion, case studies, all kind of good stuff. So take advantage of that. But for now, I will sign off. So thanks for joining, everyone, and have a great rest of your day.